Alrighty, so hello. I am maybe a little bit procrastinating and also just getting into a little alignment, and I'm realizing this is a real joy of mine to align with myself, with you. I just sitting here on my art table and playing. I love watercolors. I love that I have to surrender to nature, to the divine, to control, because I don't know what the pain is going to do. Always, you know, there's just this part of the process. So you're probably curious, like, oh, well, what are you using here, Christy? This is just some cheap watercolor paper. This is a really lovely paintbrush that I've had, gosh, now probably 15 years. Yeah. Now the paints are, I will show you. I've been using these a long time. I like these Radiant Concentrated Watercolor, Dr. P.H. Martin's. I don't think they're actually watercolors. I do believe they're actually kind of like a kind of ink. What I love about them is the vibrancy of the color. Look at that. Oh my God, I just love that. I love this color that comes out, the intensity. I've never found anything quite like it, and oh, it's just such a joy. And some of these, this color, this is a mixed one. It's grass green. What's going on with this yellow? This is lemon yellow. Yeah, so I love, like, you just don't know what it's really gonna do. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And I just love watching what happens with the paint and the water. And I'm realized this is like some, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Now I think I have some other greens in here. I thought I had more green. It's not always the easiest. I used to have an emerald green. This is a juniper green, which is far more in the blue land. Let's Ooh, that, oh, look at that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I also have this, which is an Altoid box, and these are conventional watercolors. I made this with a smoothie straw cut up, and I had the little smoothie straws and just glued them down with some of that like Gorilla 6000. I don't know what. I always want to put it over here because I am left-handed. So that's why that is. Not used to talking too when I do this. So these are just the little tubes, and then they get to dry up. And then I reconstitute them. Constitute them? I think that's what you call it. With water. Oh, that's a pretty one. Need a little more reconstituting. Yeah, I love this little travel watercolor thing, and then I can make it with my own colors. Yeah. Instead of the tubes, which are not really easy to just use and pop open, and it's more of an event. That's, I suppose, what I'm trying to say. Got all this chunky, dried up Doc Martens. I just add a little more water to them. Look at you. That's it. Oh my gosh. I love how some people do this and then make it into maps. You know, they draw the outlines. Like this might be a mountain ridge, and this could be a river. Yeah. So I'm just kind of sitting here. I recently moved this art table to another part of my studio. I have a room that I love it so much. I'm so blessed to have it. It's a room with my desk and my art table, and when I say art table, this is what I'm sitting at. It's a drafting table, technically, art table. Nothing too fancy right now. This is what I think of as a kind of a bridge. One day I will get a better one, but this is just really perfect for right now. And I'd really like a little more of that Kelly green. Let's see what happens. What I love about this watercolor is that it, or whatever it is, the inks, I love how it kind of, as it dries, the colors separate, and you can actually kind of see the depth of the layers of them sitting on top of each other. You know, like right here, you can kind of see the yellow underneath the green, and it just gives it an exquisite depth. Now, here's the challenge with this stuff. It's not waterproof. It's not sun fat. Like, it's hard to find even in stores anymore, because it's not all the colors are light fast. As I understand it, it was originally used for coloring graphic design work that was photographed. Now, I have art that I've done 30 years ago that the colors have held up. I will say, like, I think it's more the reds, which is normal, fade. Gosh, just feel like I'm rushing this a little bit, maybe. I'm not used to talking. You know what? I'm used to just kind of being with it. Maybe I'll do next time a voiceover. We're not done with this yet, and don't get too attached to it, okay? Because it's going to evolve. You'll see what I mean. What else do I have there? See the emerald? Oh yeah, emerald. I really learned watercolor technique, and that's what is my comfort zone. I do acrylics too. I like the blendiness of that. But this is what I learned in art school. I went to school for theater design. Initially costume design, but I was there extra long because I was in the graduate program as an undergraduate and graduate. So I had 5 years to take 3 years of classes. So I got to study lighting design and set design too. It's pretty amazing. But for costume design, you often have to paint you have to create, in order to tell anybody, express what it is that you have in mind for a costume to look like, between the director and producers and the other designers and the actors and whoever else is in the costume shop and your assistants and the shoppers and all that. Everybody needs to know what the heck you're thinking. So you have to paint it, you have to be able to draw it. And in many ways, I think of myself as a visual artist who loves to collaborate. That's my jam, really, is the collaborative art. I mean, the art too, the creating, but the creative collaboration. I just love being in the mystery and being in the possibility of what gets created when 2 or more people come together with a common goal to create something new. And I found that in my work that I do in my business, which is for real people. Instead of make-believe worlds for make-believe people, I love to help real people create a stage for their life to be a hit show. That's how I think of it. You're the star in your life. And you get to write the script. You get to tell the story. And that's what we do when we create a make-believe world. For those make-believe characters, we're helping tell their story. And everything's a metaphor. Everything means something. Everything's energy. I will say the flow of energy, I really got that when I worked with a couple of directors who had been dancers and choreographers first and then came to the theater world. And sitting in their dress rehearsals and watching how the performers moved on the stage, the blocking, how they entered and exited, the flow of how they moved around the stage was, as no surprise, literally choreographed, right? And I just noticed how much more elegant it was, how it just, there was something joyful and easy to watch how the characters moved around the stage. It's so subtle, but God, it was just really, it really sat with me because it wasn't just one director, it was two. So, and there weren't any others that I experienced that with that were theater directors. This is back when I was doing a lot of like off-Broadway and off-Broadway shows in New York. And, well, where else are you doing that kind of off, right? So, there was such an elegance. And then as I began to study energy and get different attunements to energy healing modalities and studied a lot of different, not just metaphysical studies, but I also studied advertising and marketing because I realized my brain was different and worked differently. And excuse me, I wanted to understand that better. And I started studying. I thought marketing, trying to help people figure out how to get ourselves to do what we wanted to do in our homes. Like, what if subliminal advertising worked and marketing worked so brilliantly? Like, what was that? Like, what was it about that got us? Like, what did they know in this modern world on how to get people to buy? Because basically I wanted to buy into the beliefs and the thoughts and the feelings that I wanted to have and not be reacting automatically and subconsciously. This is where we kind of, now, let's just take a moment. You can take this in, because this is where if you were attached to this, I'm sorry, you might want to stop now. But what I love to do is just let it flow. Yes, yes, we lose a lot of that hardish lines, but God, this is the process. This is not even about the end result. I don't even care how it turns out. I'm just here for the meditative aspect of what this might do. This one, this just right here is kind of even. Oh, isn't that fun? You get little spotty dots. I'm gonna say I just don't want the white spots right here. Oh my God, Christy, what are you doing? Somebody's yelling. Somebody loved those white spots. Sorry. Just rewind. Be kind, rewind, and stop it there and pretend it just, in your world, you get to choose that that's where it stopped. See, you don't need anything too fancy. I mean, this paper came from, oh my God, look at that, isn't that amazing? I just love, oh God, it's just, you can do this. This is not, doesn't take a lot, and it's just, a little right there. All right. Oh my gosh. Like it just rained. I don't know. Do you see something in that? I just gotta get that right there. There we go. Some of these just need a little stubborn spot, dry spots. Isn't that amazing up in there too? Yeah. It's kind of fun to like look at it in different ways. Turn it. Yeah. And then as it dries, the layers of, as you look closer at it, kind of start to fall. You can see how the green is sitting on top of the yellow there. It's just doing its thing. It's so beautiful. It's just really amazing to watch it just do this. Yeah, I am. So now I'm gonna go record videos for my Better Bedroom, Better Sleep course. And if you see my hands in it, that's what happened. Yeah. All right. Well, friend, thanks for joining me on this. If you've made it this far or at any point, thank you.